All right, so Bismillah. I have right now, I'll start with the idea. It's called the coordinate. I do have an x-axis coordinate. I have a y-axis coordinate. And now I'll talk about the positive and negatives, okay? So I have a positive and negative. You know that these points like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those what on the right, when I'm moving to the right, I have a positive values. Like this is positive 1, this is positive 2, positive 3, positive 4. So when you're going to the right, you have a positive values. I guess most of you know these ideas. And then when you're going left, all right, I'm going left here, minus -1, that's a -2, that's a -3, same here, right? -4, -5. So again, when you're moving left, you are going or you're moving with a negative direction. Okay. On X, I'm talking about the X coordinate. All right. If you are moving up or down, if I have a moving up, again, I'm moving up, I have a positive values like +1, +2, +3, +4, 5, and 6. And if you're moving down, you're moving with the negative values. So this is basically -1, -2, and -3, and -4, and -5. Okay, so right now I have a positive values and negative values going up and going down. All right, now each point, any point I can choose, for example, like this, all right? This is a point A. Now in point A, I have something called the coordinate of A. What is the coordinate of A? It's actually a point on X and point on Y. Like the point A, if you draw a line somehow, okay, going down and down and down. And now you're trying to see what is the X coordinate of it. It is said, for example, here it's a 3. So you say A is a 3 on X. And now what about the Y? You go to the Y and you see what is the coordinate of it, which is right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically it's going to be 3 and 5. Again, I guess that most of you knows this concept, all right? Most of you knows the concept here. So this is the the X point and the Y point. Okay, X coordinate and the Y coordinate. So basically any point on the coordinate has a coordinate, like any point on the coordinate plane like this. Let's call this as B, all right? And now let's ask مثلا Jana. All right, Jana, tell me, what is the point P as a coordinate? What is it?
-3, 1.
-3 and 1, exactly. It is basically, it's a -3 on X. I have a -3 on X and 1 on the Y, 1 on the Y. So I have a -3 and 1. And this is the point of point P, -3. All right, can I say it's the point P as a 1 and -3? Is it the same? It is not the same, yes? Here we can't have it as a 1 and -3. I can't start with the Y and X, okay? That's gonna be a mistake. So always I will start from X and Y, not Y and the X. Okay, that's a mistake is gonna be. So here this is a mistake saying that B is 1 and -3. The only correct answer is a -3 and 1. Okay, so this is basically the coordinate, and this is what we call the X coordinate, all right? This is the X axis, and this is the Y axis. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. You're late, sir. Just give us a minute. We started نحن. Okay. Just a minute, guys. You're right. So now I have the X and the Y. That is this point we call it the X axis, and this point we call it the Y axis. So I have an X axis and I have a Y axis at the same time. All right. So as an example right now, we said that this point is this P is a -3 on X and a 1 on Y. All right. I don't know if you know, any one of you knows that this point here, this point, it has a special name. All right. Do you know what is the special name of this point? What you call it?
Origin.
Anyone?
Origin.
Muhammad. Trying to say something, Muhammad?
The origin.
All right, so this point we call the origin, exactly, the origin. This point, we call it the origin. So basically, the origin has a coordinate as a 0 and a 0. All right. So the origin has a coordinate as a 0 and 0. So this is what's called the origin. Has 0 on x coordinate and has a 0 on y coordinate. Okay. In the coordinates, all the points, all right, all the points, any point has a coordinate as an x and a y. There is a problem? Any problem? Like let's have one more example. Let's say this. So this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. Or wait, you know what? Let me just download a file. Okay, I'm just going to download the file for you. And we have questions about it. Okay, now I have this, okay? These are the points as an example. Let's try to plot all of them, all right, one by one. Let me just take it for you. All right, this is nice. So now he gave you points like this, all right? First of all, I have a point J as a 5 and 10. As you can see that the point J is a 5 and 10. So where is the point J? How can I plot the point J? It's 5 on X and 10 on Y. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on X. So basically this point is 5 and 10 on Y. I will go up as 10. So I'm gonna say this point represents J. Yes or not? This is the J. Now, point I has a 1 and 9. 1 on X and 9 on Y. So 1 and 9. I will go up as a 9. So I'm saying that 1 and 9. So this is the point I. All right. So again, I know that you know these ideas. I know you know this, but you have to prepare yourselves. These are basics. So now what is H? H is 6 and negative 9. 6 and negative 9. 6 on X and negative 9. I will go down. I will say this one. Do you agree? This was what was it? H. So this is the point H. All right, G. It's a negative 6 and 8. Negative 6 on X and 8 on Y. So negative 6 and 8. I'm gonna say it is this, right? So this is the point G. I can go over all of them. It's easy to say. Point F, it's 9 and 0. All right, this is something good. Point F has a 9 and 0. All right, so here there is a 0 on Y coordinate. So it's basically, it will be on, that's the point F. It's going to be on the x-axis, all right? So this is the point F. Point E, it's negative 6 and a 0. Negative 6 and a 0. Negative 6 and 0 is going to be, this is point, what was it? E. All right, next one is D. D is negative 8 and negative 4. Negative 8 and negative 4. So this is the point D. And the point C as a 5 and 0. So this is 5 and 0. That's a C. Point B has a negative 1 and negative 1. Negative 1 and negative 1. I guess this is B. And then the last point is A, which is negative 8 and 1. And negative 1. So negative 8 and negative 1. So this is the point of A. All right. So it's easy to say when I have a point, it's so easy to coordinate. Okay. Just the first one is represent the X and the second one represent the Y. Let's have more. Now I have the opposite somehow, right? We have the opposite somehow. It's I have a point and we need to identify the coordinate of them, right? Let's try to find the coordinate of them. Tasneem, tell me.
I wanted just to participate.
You want what?
To participate.
Okay, so tell me, Tasneem, since you opened the mic, what is the point of A? A is what?
Negative 10, 1.
And?
Negative 1, 2.
Exactly. So it is negative 10 and 2. So A is negative 10 and 2. Right. Just give me a minute. Now you hear my voice. I will ask you this question. Is it this voice is better? Or I'm going to close this here. Or this voice is better?
No, the first is better.
Much better, or like we can deal with this?
يعني the first one's clear. This one is a little
Noisy?
Yeah.
But this is like, it's better for me. So can we resume with this? Is it so problematic? Let's have a vote.
Fine.
It's fine. If it's fine, let's resume with this. Okay? Can we? All right. Hi. You're late. All right. So now point A is as you said, it's -10 and 2. Is it? -10 and 2. Now point B. Point B. Let's ask from Muhammad. Point B.
Yes. It's 610.
This point, sir. It's 610. Correct. 6 and 10.
610.
Now, Radwa, صح? Radwa. Point C. -8. -3 and -8, or -8 and negative, like this. Exactly. Don't say that I can't start with X. Okay, always you start with Y. So you say C is -8 on X and 3 on Y. Yes. Oh wait, -3 on Y. Sorry. So D. Point D. Adam. Point D. Adam. And you need to zoom in. Yeah, also -8. Sorry. So -8 and -8. I guess that's easy right now, is it? By doing step by step, by doing point by point, it's easy to do. Yes, Mr. Yahya. What is E? This point.
E.
Yeah.
E is +1 - 5.
+1 minus, exactly. So E is +1 on X, 1 on X, and -5 on Y. All right. And I can go over all of them, but that's enough. I just have to make sure that you know this concept, so I can move on to a new topic, okay, or a new idea. But why I have to know the coordinate? Why you have to know the coordinate? You know why you have to know the coordinate? But because basically to have an equation and graph them. Now the question is, can you find the solution of X + 1 = 5? Now, when I have an equation like X + 1 = 5, what is the answer? What is the answer? I guess all of us will say it's a 4, which is easy idea, yes? So here, can you have a different solution here? Like, can you say that the 4 or 1 is a solution, or 2 is a solution? No. So here I have only one solution. Is it? Is it hot? Is it so hot? شغل التكييف؟ والله؟ يا ريت شغل ليش لا؟ أنا مش عارف إذا هذا شغال على البارد ولا السخن. Type nice. So when I have an equation like X + 1 = 5, okay. So here I can find that I have only one solution, which is X equals to 4. Okay, that is the only solution I can say. Right now, what if I have like this? X, stay with me for a minute. X + Y = 4. Now X is a variable and Y is also a variable. All right. How can we know what are the solutions for this? X + Y = 4. Who knows? What? So what is it like? I'm looking for an X value and Y value, right? X value and Y value. If you add them up, you can get 4. Tasneem, tell me.
Well, you can try to substitute
Substitute what?
X and Y by numbers, certain numbers.
Which is? Tell me the numbers.
For example, 3 and 1 or 2 and 2?
3 and 1. All right. So you're saying that, listen, testing 3 and 1.
Yeah.
Yes? Well, okay, more. 2 and
2.
2 and 2. Because basically 3 plus 1, it's a 4. 2 plus 2, it's a 4. Yes? So do we have another ones? Anything? 1 plus 3. Okay, more. Do I have more?
0 plus 4.
0 and 4. Correct. More.
4 and 0.
4 and 0. Nice. More.
-2 plus 6.
-2 and 6. Thank you so much, sir. Yes. So I can go also with negatives. No, -2 and 6, -1 and 5, -3 and 7. So basically, it's going to be endless values. I can't go over the infinite values, is it? So now each one of them here, the 3 and 1, the 2 and 2, the 1 and 3, the 0 and 4, the 4 and 0, the -2 and 6, all of them, I can't say them. It's all of them that are solutions, all right? All of these points, and which is, by the way, you can calculate, you can do as much points as you want. So all of these points represent what? They represent a solution. Okay, solutions. So now let's go and try to graph these solutions on the coordinates. تمام؟ تعال نعمل solution على coordinates. I have to have a line, and I'm supposed to have a line. So this is the x-axis line, and they should upgrade these tools. And here we have all of the lines, all of the tools not aligned. I don't know why. But whatever. So now, what is my first solution was? It was a 3 on x, 1 on y. 3 on x, 1, 2. 3 on x, and 1 on y. So this is the first point. 2 and 2. 2 on x and 2 on y. 1 and a 3. 1 on x and 3 on y. 0 and 4. 0 and 4 is this, is it? I guess this is 0 and 4. Nice. 4 and 0. So that's a 4 and that's a 0. And -2 and what? And 6. You said -2 and 6. So it's going to be -2 and 6. This is 6. And what we have, we'll have a -1 and 5, -1 and 5. All right. I guess now when I'm trying to plot any like the solutions, you can see obviously that all the points represent what? A straight line. All the solutions represent a straight line. So this is what we call chapter number 1. It's a linear equation. Linear equations. So the easiest definition right now I just told you about, it's the linear equations. It's any equation you can do it as a line, right? When you have a line, it means that directly you can call it as a linear equation. Okay. So and this is the first topic in linear equations. Any ideas? Is it easy? So actually, the linear equation, this is supposed to be line. Okay. And I don't have lines, so that's not accurate, but it's okay. It's a line. So now. Here, any point on this line, it represents what? It represents a solution. Any point, as you can see that the first solution, the second solution, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Okay, so how many solutions I can get from here? I can get infinite. So there is an infinite number of solutions we can get from here. So this is what we call the linear equation. So from now on, if I give it to you any equation, like let's say I have an x minus y equals to 3. Can you graph it? Yes, I can graph it by finding at least 2 points. Let's try to find 2 points on this equation. So I will find, for example, 2 points. If you subtract them to get a 3, I'm going to say 4 and 1. Yes, because 4 minus 1, it's a 3. I can say one more. What is it? Anything? 6. Okay, but I don't want to go over like big values. 5 and 2, 0 and what? Who can say 0 and what? -3, correct. No, so 0 and 3, 0 minus 3 is going to be -3, not 3. So it's supposed to be -3. So 0 minus -3. This is how you get 0 plus 3, which is 3. Okay. So to graph any equation, you have only like it's okay to have only 2 points. It's enough to have 2 points because when you have 2 points, you can easily do the point. Sorry. So this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. And right now I will draw like points. 4 and -1, 4 on x, 1, 2, 3, 4 on x and -1, and 0 and -3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
No,
so,
it's 4 and 1, not -1.
Ah, sorry. Thank you so much. I thought it's -1. So it's 4 and 1. Thank you so much. And this is how you graph. So you're late. Half an hour late. Okay. Right. Now I will ask each one of you to draw this. Okay. Now put a table or open a notebook, anything you want, and try to graph this. Okay. 2x plus y is equals to 4. Okay. Online guys, do it, and you have my number. All of you save my number and text me on WhatsApp. Take a picture. Take a picture of your solution and text me on WhatsApp. Okay. I want to see your solutions right now, everyone. Please. Mr. Yahya, why you close your camera?
I just want to change my face.
No. I guess it's easy. Start, it's easy.
Teacher, is it enough for 2 points?
What?
Is it enough for 2 points?
Yeah, it's enough. I said it's enough. 2 points. It's
Okay.
good. Actually, it's so good to have all the 2 points. And when you text me, please just tell me that what is your name, because I didn't have your name, so I can't see which one is participating with me. That's correct. Nice. Yes. Should I do it? Where is everyone else?
1 minute only. Just 1 minute. It's the same number that sent us the link, right?
No.
Different? Okay.
Yes. I will say hi. I'll text you hi. Okay.
Do they both have to change? Like if the x value changes, then the y value also has to change?
Yes, has to change. Has to change.
But can't I like say
The same? You can have the same. No problem. Also.
not the same. If the x was -1 and the y was 2, it's the same thing if the x is 1 and the y is 2. If the y is the same
No,
with the x.
no, not always the same. No. Okay, Anas, good. Anas, who's Anas? لا خلاص أنس أنا face to face don't have to do it, okay? This is online. We have an online class at the same time. Only the online have the textbook. I don't think I saw it in your note. Sana. Okay, nice, perfect, easy to do this. All right. If you have a graph, if you want to graph anything like this, let's do it right now. If you want to graph any graph, any equation like this, first of all, you have to identify, okay, that I have at minimum of 2 points. Okay, minimum of 2 points. Does Tasneem have a question?
No, I wanted to answer.
Okay, I saw your answer. Let me show you this. So we have x, okay, x and y. I kind of trying to create a table by saying x and y values. All right. Here you can just take any value of x. Okay. Here you can do any value of x by doing any value you want. Right. You can do any value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything you want. Okay. So let's say that I'm trying to do 1 as x. So look what's gonna happen basically. It's if you have a 1 as x, so it's gonna be like this: 2 times x plus y equals 4. Now instead of x, what do we have instead of x? Instead of x, we have a 1. So 2 times 1, it's 2. 2 plus y equals 4. And now I can easily calculate this by moving to other side. I will say that y equals to 4 minus 2. Is it? So 4 minus 2, what is it? Y equals 2. So when you have an x as a 1, the y itself is gonna be 2. You can do it mentally, or you can do it by your hands. This is how you do it by substitution. All right. And now I can use any point you like. Okay, any point in this line. Like I can choose 1,000. I can choose 3,000. I don't care. But I will choose just small, easy values so I can grab them. I will go with the 0. And by the way, we like the zeros. All right. We like to see zeros a lot. So again, I will do here the same as this, but instead of x by 1, I will do it as 0. So 2 times 0 plus y equals 4. So 2 times 0, what is it? It's a 0 plus y equals 4. So y it is equals to what? Y is equals 4. So now I have a 0 and what? I have a 0 and 4. So now do I have points? Yes, I have 2 points, 1 and 2. I have a 0 and 4. I guess that these 2 points are enough. Okay? Because when you have 2 points, that's gonna be so enough.
Yeah. But minus 1 instead of x. Also, the solution will be 4.
Also, solution. Let's see it. If it's minus 1, is the solution will be 4. So 2 times 1 is 1 equals times minus 1 plus y equals 4. So 2 times -1, sir. It's a -2 plus y equals to 4. And when you're moving the 2 other side, it's gonna be y equals to 4 plus 2. So basically, y will be equals to what? To 6. It's not a 4. Right? So -1 and 6, not 4. Okay? Careful with this. Okay. Now, how we graph it? We try to graph it like this. This is the x-axis line, and that's the y-axis line. 1 and 2, 1 on x and 2 on y. 1 and 2, that's a 1, and that's a 2. 0 and 4, 0 and 4, I guess that's a 0 and 4. And -1 and 6, -1 and 6. So I say this is the line. This is somehow, this is my line, right? Somehow like this. So this is my line. Any problem? Okay, that's nice. All right, let me just open the first file that we have. Chapter number 1. I'm going to text you this chapter, inshallah, right? I'll send it to you so you can print it, or just text Ms. Dania again. She will give it to you, the book, okay? But I prefer to have it as a printed book. Okay. Now the question here is, let's start with this easy one, all right? Let's start with this too. So he's saying to you, the question is graph. Try to graph this. All right, try to graph this. Let's try to graph it right now. Stay with me for a minute. How you graph this? Again, if you want to graph this equation, all right, if I want to graph this equation, what I would do first, I would do first as finding points, all right? So I try to create a table like this, x and y values, and here I can choose any value of x that I want, right? Any value of x that you want. You can choose 1, you can choose 0, you can choose 3, you can choose 1,000. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. So right now I'm gonna say that I will use 2 as a point, all right, and I will use 0 as a point. Again, you can choose 1 and 3. I don't care, all right? All of them will be correct. So 2. So now listen, what's happening? It's actually -6 times x, which is 2 plus 3. -6 times 2, it's -12, I guess, is it? Plus 3, -12 plus 3, it's -9. You know what? I don't like it because I don't have a space for negative. It's correct to say -2 and -9, but I don't like it because I don't have a space to do the 2 and -9. So what should I do? I just have to choose like a lower value. Like let's say, let's go with 1. Okay, so let's do the 1. What is the answer is gonna be? So instead of x by 1, so -6 times 1, it's a -3, is it? So -3 plus 3, it is a 0. So I have a 1.
How?
-6. Sorry. I'm answering myself as the answer is -3. Sorry, -6 plus 3, it's a -3. So the answer here is not a 0, it's -3. Because I did it mentally, like -6 plus 3, I get the answer as -3. So now this is a -3. Now what's gonna happen if it's 0 here? 0 is gonna be just instead of x by here by a 0. So I have a 0 here. -6 times 0, it's a 0. 0 plus 3, and now the answer is a 3. Is it? Now first point I have is a 1 and -3. 1 and -3. So this is somehow the first point. Second point, I have a 0 and a 3. 0 and a 3. 0 and a 3. All right. And then I will try somehow to connect these. All right. You have a ruler, you have whatever you have. So this is the line somehow. Any problem? Okay. Yeah. Now this is your turn. This one is your turn. Show me how you do this. Here it's a fraction, so you have to be careful. All right. Let's assume that there is no calculator and you want to do this question even with a fraction. How you do it? Try your best. Show me. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, good Tasneem. Nice. Muhammad, yeah, Muhammad.
You're doing the x-intercept and the y-intercept. It's good. Good idea also, Muhammad. You can do this. And Sana, yes, perfect. So let me tell you something right now. Here, when I have a question like this, okay, when I have a question and I want to graph, and there is a fraction, okay. Again, I told you that we have to create a table, x values and y values, right? And by choosing like if I choose any value of x, okay, here I'm gonna tell you why it's not a good idea to choose a 3, or why it's not a good idea to choose a 1, right? Even or 3 or 1, they are not a good ideas. Why? Because here, listen, 7/2. The question is 7/2x minus 2. And instead of x, if you're choosing 3, that is not a good idea. Why? Because I can't simplify, and it's gonna be some problem. It's okay to choose a 3. I'm not saying that it's a mistake. No, it's not a good idea. Why it's not a good idea? Because I can't simplify. So the good ideas are any number that's divisible by 2. For example, it's so good idea to say it's 2. Look, because 7/2 times 2 minus 2. Now what I will do is I'm just going to cancel the 2 with the 2. Now what do I have? I have a 7 minus 2. 7 minus 2, what is it? It's a 5. So now you see how easy it becomes when I cancel. Now the other one is I told you that I like zeros, so I will go with the 0. So I have a 7/2 times 0 minus 2. So 7/2 times 0, there is nothing left. So what is the answer will be? It's a -2. So I have a 2 on x, I have 2 on x, and what? And 5 on y, so that's 2 on 5. And I have a 0 and -2. 0 and -2, I guess. Then it is going to be like this. Somehow the line, just try to connect it. Okay? And this is how we connect the line. Any problems? That is nice.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. What is it?
Can you go back to the page? Why did you get negative? Why do you get 2, 5, not negative 2, 5?
Why I did 2 and 5? Why negative? Why not -2 and 5? And
Yes.
you mean the answers I got? I don't understand. The first
Yes,
answer I got is a 5, and the second answer is -2. So listen, the 5 that I got is related to the 1. Sorry, the 2 that you have. Like the first, you choose 2 here, and you got the answer as a 5. So you choose 2, you get the answer. You choose 0, you get the answer. So basically, the 2 and 5 related, and the 0 and -2 related. Okay, you don't take only the answers. No, that's a mistake. You understand?
Yes, yes.
So we have 2, it's give me 5, and the 0, it's give me -2.
Okay.
Okay, Tasneem, nice. Now, should we have one more? What do you think? Or it's easy idea to do? One more. What do you think? Yeah, let's do this. One more. Do question 4. I know that's easy somehow for you. For some of you, it's easy ideas, right? But I have to go over it because I want to make sure that all of you, each one of you, knows these ideas. I can't miss it. Okay. Mr. Anas, can you close this one? لا الشباك أنا عشان شغالين. فينا بس لابتوبس يعني. Okay, nice, ya Muhammad. That is good, Tasneem, perfect. Guys, I guess it's, you know, it becomes easier and easier if you solve more, if you practice more. 5 and 7, 0 and 1, correct. And this is who? Just a number. Yeah, okay. All right. So if I want to do the question here, again, it's easy idea to do. You choose the values of x, you choose the values of y. What values you choose, all right, this is so important to choose, to say. So I will choose, first of all, you go with the values that they are divisible by 5. So I'm gonna say that I have first value as a 5, and I have a second value as a 0. Why 5 specifically? Because basically when you have a 6/5 multiplied by 5 plus 1, it is easy to say that I can cancel the 5 with the 5. So I have a 6 plus 1, which is gonna be a 7. Do you understand? But if you have any value other than 5, it is going to be a wrong. It's going to be a mistake, okay? Because it's not a mistake, sorry. It's going to be so difficult to calculate. Come on. So I'll go with a 0 right now. So 6/5 multiplied by 0 plus 1, which is going to be 0, 0 plus 1, and the answer at the end is going to be 1. And so Sana, she just texted me, and then 6/5. Okay, you choose 1. That's the point. You're choosing 1. You choose 1, and that's problem to choose 1. Okay, Sana?
Do I choose the number in the lower part of the decimal and use it as 5 as x?
You can do this. Yes. You can use the number here that you have as a value of x, because whatever the value here, if you choose it as 5, you can cancel directly 5 with the 1. Okay, yeah. All right. So 5 and 7, 5 on x, 7 on y. So 5 and 7. I will say this point, and 0 and 1. 0 and 1 is this point, right? Somehow. So and try to draw a line between them. Okay. Now I have a special types of lines. I have a special types of line, which is whenever you have an x equal to number, right? X equal number, this types of line, and I have a second type, which is y equals to number. Sometimes he will ask you like this, all right? He's gonna ask you to graph this, which is here, the question number 3. As you can see, it's y equals to -5, okay? Or here, as you can see, that x equals to 5. So what I would do whenever you have an x equal number or y equals number. Exactly. The x equal number, right, guys? X equal number, this is going to be it's a line parallel to the y-axis. Showing parallel, it means that the lines, they will never intersect, okay? Like somehow like this. That's the x-axis, and that is the y-axis. So your line will be parallel to the y-axis. Like this somehow, okay? It's going to be parallel to the y-axis. It depends on what number it's saying. For example, if it's saying that x equals 1, so you have the line like this, right? If you have an x equals to 5, you have a line like this. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you draw a line like this. So whenever you have an x equals number, what you will say, it is going to be parallel to the what? To the x-axis. And this is what we call the vertical line. We have a vertical line. Same there, when you have a y equal number, you say that it's going to be parallel to the y-axis, all right? Sorry, x-axis. So parallel to the x-axis, like this. That's the x coordinate, and that is the y coordinate. And then I have to be parallel, like your line has to be parallel to the x-axis. And now we call this as what? As an horizontal line. All right. So when it's going to be, or where it's going to be, it's going to be depends on the value of the number. If it's saying to you, for example, it's y equals 2 or 3, you draw like a line parallel to the y-axis. But in case that your equation consists of, you can see the x and y, both of them at the same time, it means that just like a line, normal line, okay, with the slope or with different rotation. But when he's saying to you that x equals number or y equals number, you have to know x equals number, it's going to be parallel to the y-axis, and y equals number is going to be parallel to the x-axis, like this. Tamam? And now I guess it's so easy to say, or so easy to solve the question here. Y equals to -5. How you can graph it? Y equals to -5. I can graph it like this. Where is -5? That's a -5. And it's y equals, so it's going to be an horizontal line. Yes or not? Yes or not? Why not? Yes, why not? It's correct. So I have a y equals -5. Again, I told you that whenever you have a y equals to number, whatever this number, right? You say that this equation, is parallel to the y-axis. No, you say x-axis again. Well, same mistake. This equation is parallel to the x-axis, guys. Okay, like it's parallel to this line, which is the x-axis. Now the second question that I have here as an example, x equals 5. How I will draw it? I will take the line x equals 5, and I will do it like this. X equals 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thank you, sir.
Vertical line.
It is a vertical line. تصميم. طب دقيت على الباب الطرف الثاني. طب دقي الباب الطرف الثاني. So x equals 5, and this is like it's going to be parallel to what? To the y-axis. So again, when you have an equation like x equal number, what was the case? The case is I have a line that's parallel to the y-axis. Any problems? Are you sure? Okay. Nice. I will show you something right now. Here, when we draw the line, when you draw, for example, this line, right? And I told you that you can choose a value of x, any value of you want, right? What if I choose 1,000 or a 3,000 or a 5,000? Should I get the same answer? What do you think? طب تعالوا نوريكم. Let's see. I will try to graph it here. Nice. I will try to do the equation, which is y equals, it was y equals to 6 over 5. Was it 6 over 5? 6 over 5. X plus 1, was it? I can't remember. Plus 1? Yes, plus 1. All right. So as you can see, obviously, okay, guys, I don't know if you can see. Can you see? You can see. But as you can see, the equation here, we have it. Let's see, zoom in somehow. More. That's my equation, and this is the graph. Okay. Now I have many points as we did. It's a 1. This is point. What is this point? 0 and 1. What is this? For example, I need a good point. I need a good point. I can say, what about this point here? This one. It is -5 on x and -5, -5, I guess. So any point I can do. So what do you think if I have 1,000 here? Let's try to substitute. So I have a 6 over 5 times 1,000 plus 1. All right. Now try to do it mentally or on a calculator. 1,000 divided by 5 times 6 plus 1. What is it? 1,000 divided by 5?
200.
200, exactly. 200 times 6 plus 1. 200 times 6? It's 1,200. And plus 1, so it's going to be 1,201, right? So is the point 1,201? It's like, now, what is the coordinate I have? The coordinate we have is 1,000 on x and 1,201 on the y. Yes? Let's try to plot it. So the point is, you say the 1,000 and 1,201. Yes? Like this. So is this point that I just do it, is it on the line or not? Let's see. Oh, okay, sorry. All right, so I will go to the thousands, yes? Let's zoom out somehow. Let's go to the thousands. Where is the 1,000? I'm going to the 1,000, and now, as you can see that this is the 1,000, yes? So here I have 1,000. And he already said it's a 2000. I will go up to the 2000s. Or 1200, صح? 1200. I have to have the line here somehow. Yes, look, that's 1000, and this is bingo. I found my point. You see my point? So this is the point that we have. It is exactly on 1000. Look, exactly on 1000 and what? 1201 even. If I zoomed in some more, I can see it. You see, it's on 1000 on X, and it's on the 1201 on the Y. So again, the idea right now it is you are able to choose any point on the X and any point on the Y, right? Any point on X, and you can get the Y and you still get the same line, right? As you saw here, if you did go back, you still have the same line, right? Like this point and that point, but you can't choose, like, you don't choose it like high values because it's going to be easier to graph. Any problems? Nice. Let's have a quick break for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, now it's 6:30. We will resume at 6:40. Today's class will end at 7:30. Okay, guys. Like we will start from 2 hours per week. Yalla, have a break. Recording. Yeah, can you hear my voice online, guys?
Yes, we can.
All right, nice. Okay. I'm gonna resume with the idea. All right, we did talk about how you graph an equation, right? How you graph equations. When I will give it to you a line. Now I'm gonna start with the idea, or actually I will resume the idea by talking about something called a standard form of a linear equation. Okay, so now I'm gonna start with a standard. The standard form of a linear. Okay, so what is the standard form of a linear equation? It is when you say that I have an ax plus by that is equals to c. Okay, so again, it's ax plus by that is equals to c. And you have to know something, that a and b and c, all of them, like, they are values, variables. So I can have, for example, a, b, and c are numbers. A, b, and c are constant. Maybe I have a 2x plus 3y equals to 5. Maybe I have a negative x plus any value. Okay, 5/3y equals to 10. I can even have a fraction. I can have anything. So this is what we call a standard form of a linear. So it's ax plus by, it is equals c. That represents my standard form of a linear equation. So now good. So most of the questions, when I will graph it, for example, you graphing or you do whatever you want, you use the standard form, which is ax plus by is equals to c. Here I have to, before I start with the forms, I have to inform you of 2 ideas. Note number 1, they like to ask you about finding, if you want to find the x-intercept. All right, before I start, what is the x-intercept? It's actually when you have a line, okay, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Let's say that you have a line like this line, okay? So this line has 2 things. This point, it's what we call the x-intercept point, and this point, it's what we call the y-intercept point. All right, so I have an x-intercept and I have a y-intercept. That if you want to calculate the x-intercept, if you want to find the x-intercept, what do you say? You know what you say? You substitute y equal 0, right? You substitute y equals to 0 to find the x-intercept. So if you want to find the x-intercept, you substitute in your equation y equals 0, and then you can get the x-intercept. Note number 2, if you want to find the y-intercept, what you substitute? You substitute x equals 0, the opposite, okay? This is so important idea, guys, okay? Sometimes he did ask this question in SAT, find the x-intercept of. So the x-intercept of anything, you do y equals 0. The y-intercept of any equation, even it's not only linear, anything, okay? So you say you have to make x equals 0 this time. So you want to find x, you do y equals 0. You want to find y, you do x equals 0. Tamam? So if you want to find anything, you would do the other one as 0. Tasneem, what is it?
So every linear function has to have both x-intercept and y-intercept.
Yes, every linear function has to have an x-intercept. Not has to. You know what? When you have a line like parallel like this, okay, parallel to the x-axis, here I don't have a y-intercept because your line would never cross the line, the y, like this. Look, now when I have this equation is x equals to 5. So here we don't have an intersection with the y. So there is, here I have x-intercept, but I don't have a y-intercept because it's parallel to the y. So we will never go to the y. Here, in this example, here I do have a y-intercept, but I don't have an x-intercept. So it depends, all right? It depends on the question that we have.
Okay, and I say that it's equal to 0, or we don't have one.
Here,
Yes.
look, here, listen, let's say that y equals to -5, okay? Now, do you have an x? Can you see
yes.
x here? Where is it?
No.
It actually, there is an x, which is, I can't say that it's 0x. Because there is no x and it's a 0, right?
Yeah.
So here, let's apply the formula, all right? Let's apply the formula I just told you about. If you want to find the x-intercept, what you make?
Put y in 0.
Put y as a 0. So let's take the y and put it as a 0 here. Look what you will have. You will have a 0x plus 0 equals to what? To -5. So 0x equals to -5. 0 times x, it's a 0. So can you say is 0 is equals to -5? Can you confirm this information?
No.
No, so that's a mistake. So this is like, it means that I have a mistake, so I have an error, so I can't say that there is no x-intercept here. Why is there is no x-intercept? Because I do have an error. Okay.
The same
you understand?
for
The next one,
x
this
equals
one.
-5.
Yeah. Yes, x equals 5 is the same one here because I have a 0y plus x equal to 5. If you want to find this time, let's say that you want to find the y-intercept here. How you find the y-intercept? By doing x equals 0. So let's do x equals 0 here. I have a 0y plus 0 equals to 5. 0y plus 0, it's actually 0 equals to 5. Is 0 equals to 5? No, it's not. Okay, that's a problem. So here, when I have a problem, I'm going to say that there is no, okay, y-intercept.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So are we good with the concept? Again, when you want to find the x-intercept, you substitute y equals 0. If you want to find the y-intercept, okay, you will make x equals 0. Okay, nice. That's the first thing. We call it a standard form. It's ax plus by equals c. Now, the second form, the form number 2, it's what we call a slope intercept form. All right, now I have to identify something new, right? I have to deliver to you the idea of having something called a slope. So now, before I resume with the slope intercept form, what is the slope? What is the slope? Who knows what is the slope? I guess you did study it before, yes? What is the slope represents? Anyone? Give me a minute, Tasneem. Type. Sana, tell me, Sana.
It is like the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Sana says that the equation or the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What he said, Rado? Straight line on the x-axis? Okay, yeah, that's not accurately correct, but okay. Muhammad, what do you say?
Rise over run.
Okay, so he's saying rise over run. Any more ideas about the?
Is it the b?
Is it the b?
Yeah.
Like here we call it m. All right, we can't say it's m. Like the variable of slope, I can use it as an mx. The slope is m.
Oh, okay.
Any more? Any more? Sana, I guess you're still raising your hand. Anyone here? Adam, Anas, anything about the slope? slope, yeah, what did somebody? Okay, so the slope right now, I can identify it like this. When I have a coordinate, what is this coordinate? When I have a coordinate plane like this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, right? And now I will try to draw a line, okay? I'll try to draw a line. So the line right now about this, okay? This is the line that we have. Here, the easiest definition about the slope is actually the steepness of the line. Like here, this is the first line I have, okay? And I can draw a second line, let's say this. So this is second line, okay? And I can draw a third line like this. Third line like this. So here I have, how many lines we have? We have 3 different types of line, yes? So as you can see that this line, as you can see, this one, this line, it's increasing, but it's increasing so slowly. Yes or not? It's increasing, but in slow rate. And the blue line, it's increasing, but it's increasing in somehow faster than rate than the green line. Yes. And the red one, this one, it's increasing the fastest one. So I can have this easy definition by saying this. Let me just close this. When you have the line like this, so this is your line, and this is the x. So I can say that the slope is related between your line and between the x-axis angle. So if there is an angle here, I call it as a theta. So the slope is related. The slope is related to the angle. All right. The angle between what and what? Between my line and the what? The x-axis. All right. So when you have, for example, this is the x-axis and this is the line. When I have more angle that I have, if there is more angle, it means that I have more slope, or like the slope is related with the angle. Okay. So the smaller the angle that we have, let's say that I have a line, which is this is the angle. So if you have a different angles, you have different slopes. All right. I don't know if anyone knows the relationship between the slope and the line or the angle. I say that the real relationship is, I thought it's related, but related by what? The slope is equal to the tangent. Do you know the tangent? I don't know if you heard about the tangent before. So the slope is equal to the tangent of the angle, theta. What is the angle? Is this angle, right? So always the tangent of the angle, it represents your slope. This is the first information about the slope. So by saying the slope, it's actually, I'm talking about the line. When your line is going up and down, okay, it's like there is more angle that we have. So we have different angles. It means that I have different slopes. For example, like this. Okay, where is the angle between the x and the line? This is the angle between the x-axis and the line. And here we call the slope as a negative slope. Okay, before this is the probabilities of slope. But now, are we good with the concept of the slope? Okay, so we have something called the slope, and the slope represents the angle between the x-axis and your line, and it is actually represents what? The steepness of the line. Steepness, it's like how much is increased or how much is decreased. So without understanding, or without even calculating, I will compare between slopes of this. This is x-axis I have. This is the y-axis that we have. So now let's say this is line number 1. Okay. And let's say, let's just call it. This is line number 1. Okay. Now let's change the color and let's do. This is line number 2. All right. Without any information, and I want to compare between slope of L1 and a slope of what? L2. Which one is bigger? I would say that L1, the slope of L1 is bigger than slope of L2. Yes. So I can say that the slope of L1 is bigger than slope of L2. Correct? Why? Because actually the angle between this, all right, it's positive angle, and this is the positive angle, but obviously that the angle here it's smaller than the angle there. So it's actually the slope of line number 1, it's more than the slope of line number 2. Tamam? Are we good with the idea? Nice. Type. Let me talk about this now. Before I go with ways to find the slope, all right, let's talk about the properties of the slope. So what are the properties of the slope? The properties of the slope, first of all, okay, I can say that when the slope m, which is the slope, by the way, we use m for a slope always, all right, is positive. You know, when your line is positive or when your slope is positive, it means that your line, it's what we call, it's rising. It means that your line is going up from left to right. You're just going up, all right? So my line is rising. The angle is accurate, exactly. So now, as you can see, the slope is what? Is positive. When your slope is positive, you always check from left. You go from left to the right. So when you're going from left to the right, is your line going up or down? From left to the right, my line is going up, exactly. So always from left to the right. You can't go from right to left, okay? So from left to the right, your angle or my line is going up. So it's rising and the slope is positive. Come on. So what if the slope is negative? I guess you can just do it. So 2, if the slope is negative, it means that my line is falling. Come on. Again, if you have a line, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So your line, for example, like this. So now what I can say that my line is going down. My line is falling. Look, from left, again, from left to the right, from left, if you're going like to the right, it's your line, as you see, it's going down. So your line is falling. So when the line is falling, when the line is rising, the falling when it's negative slope, it's rising when it's what? It's a positive slope. Okay. Nice. But this is the property number 1 and 2. We have a 3 and 4. I have a property number 3 and number 4. And careful with me, please. So 3. If the slope equal 0. All right. Now we did talk about the positive. If it's positive, it's going up. If it's negative, it's going where? Down. But if it's 0, what you would do? If it's 0, you say that my line then. Yes, tell me.
If the slope is 0, the line is horizontal.
Exactly. It's going to be parallel to the x-axis, which is, as you said, Yahya, it's an horizontal. All right. So same as I just talked about like a few minutes before, if you have like an equation, when it's parallel to the x-axis, it means that your slope is equal to 0. There is no slope at all. Right? So this is when you have parallel to the x-axis, there is no slope. All right. The fourth note about the slope, the fourth property, when the slope is undefined. All right. What do I mean by undefined? You know what does mean undefined? What does it mean undefined?
Vertical.
Exactly. As an example, 3/0. Now, what is the answer of 3/0? Do you know? It's undefined. It's here the undefined. So if the slope that you can see is undefined, it means that my line is what is this time vertical. All right. So when you draw the line and you have a slope as a vertical or the line is a vertical, so it means that the slope is what? Undefined. So this is the slope. If it's vertical, it means that undefined. Come on. It means parallel to y-axis. Okay. All right, guys. So 4 ideas. Positive, it goes up. Negative goes down. 0 parallel to what? It's horizontal parallel to the x-axis. And the last one is what? The last one is undefined. It's parallel to the y-axis. These are the 4 properties of the slope. Nice. Now, what if I have again, what was this slope intercept form? Slope intercept form. The slope intercept form is basically y equals to mx plus b. All right, what is it? It's mx plus b. M will be stands for the slope, and the b stands for what? You know, stands for the y-intercept. Exactly. Here I just mentioned that I have an intercept, but which intercept? It is the y-intercept. Okay, so the m will be for a slope and the y-intercept for b. Nice. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. Sure.
Y equals mx plus b. This is what exactly? Yani, you said
This is
C
the standard form.
Oh, Stanford. But the one that was C equals AX plus BX.
Yeah, here, like,
what is this one?
listen. How we have, when I have a line, right? This is AX plus BY equals C. This is a standard form, right? I can do some changes for this, so I can calculate Y equals a value X plus value, right? This is like, it's the same, but with different shape. When I have a like equation like this, only Y equal to a number with X plus number. So this number with X will represent what? The slope, right? So if you see an equation like this is what we call the standard form. If you see an equation like this is what we call the slope intercept form. And I will show you, I will explain to you. Tamam?
Okay.
Say with me
it's
for a minute.
also called linear function.
Both of them linear. All our lesson today is about linear. Okay, all of them. Everything I'm talking about now today is a linear. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Stay with me for a minute. Now I have a 2x plus 3y equals to, let's say 7, whatever. Huh? Now this is what we call the standard form. All right. Now I will take this standard form and I will change it to do what? To be the slope intercept form. What do I do? I try to do something called isolate the y, or we can solve for y. Let's try to solve for y. Tamam? Let's try to take the y here and I'll solve for y. I will move 2x other side. So I have a 3y equals, when you move 2x other side, what you will have? You have a minus 2x plus 7. Is it? And then, do I have only y? No, I have a 3 with the y. So I will divide all the terms by 3. Okay, now I have a clear y. So cancel the 3 with the 3. You have a y equals to minus 2 over 3 x plus 7 over 3. You can see that this one and this one are exactly the same. But this point here, I can say that this is the slope. So what is the slope? It's negative 2 over 3. And this point directly, you can say that this is the y-intercept. Okay? So yeah, that's easier way. Yeah, this, like, I'm just explaining to her how you have a standard form, you change it to the slope-intercept form. But basically, both of them stand for the same thing. You see, I start from here, I went there, right? Even I can take it here, from here to there, it's okay. There is also no problem. But the idea is both of them, they are linear. Both of them, they are lines. Tamam? Now I will take a while. Wait, tell me.
Oh, I said yes. Oh, tamam.
All right. So I will talk about now ways. You tired? Now ways. We finished. Just a few ideas and we will leave. Ways to find slope. All right. Again, we did talk about how you graph. Today I didn't talk about so much. Right? Let's go over everything we did. We started our lesson by talking about the coordinate plane, by plotting points, and then we did some examples about it, and then more examples about it, and then how you graph, or we just talked about the interest of the linear equation. What is the solution? How you'll find solutions, and then we graphed some questions, examples, and then we talked about if you have equation x equals number and y equals number. X equals number means that I have the equation is parallel to the y-axis. Y equals number, it means that the equation is parallel to the x-axis. And then I talked about We solved example and another one, and then I talked about the standard form, which is I just talked about like it's in the fresh. And then if he's asking for the x-intercept, if he's asking for the y-intercept, and then I just talked about the slope-intercept form. We talked about the slope and what is the slope represents, what is the relationship between the slope, and the probabilities of the slope. If it's positive, it's going up. If it's negative, it's going down. I'm talking about the slope. If it's 0, it's actually I have a parallel to the x-axis. If it's undefined, I have a parallel to the y-axis. And I'm just here. I'm talking about the slope. What is the standard slope intercept form? It's y equals to mx plus b. And then I would just talk about the ways to find the slope. All right, how you will find the slope? There is somehow 5 ways to find the slope. The first way that they would never use, by the way, all right, which is the way I just talked about it, which is the slope is equal to the tangent of the angle. All right, we did talk about this before, you remember when I explained the slope? So the slope is equal to the tangent of the angle theta, this one. All right, this is your line, and this is the x-axis. So basically, whenever you have a line and the x-axis, the angle between the line and the x-axis, this is represent your slope. Tamam? So this is the first thing, and I would never use it. The second thing I will do is I can calculate the slope from standard form. All right, I can find the slope from a standard form, which is, by the way, it is like this. What is the standard form? It's ax plus by equals c. Yes or not? This is standard form, and he asks you directly to find the slope, right? How you will find the slope? Here, basically, you can do as I did, which is as this example. I have a standard equation, standard form, and I'm looking for a slope, which is I found it to be -2/3. I can do this isolating the y, or I can apply a formula, which is, what is the formula? It just say that I have a minus a over b, and you're done. So you just say that the slope is equal to minus a over b, and we finished. This is the slope that we have, all right? It is minus a over b. I can go back there, and I will show you. And instead of doing all of this job, right, all of the isolating and wasting somehow the time, what is the value of a, guys? The value of a, it's 2. The value of b is 3, and the value of c, it's 7. Yes or not? So if I apply the formula, the slope is equals to minus a over b. What I will say, minus a is 2, so I will say -2 over b. B is 3, so -2/3, and yes, it is my answer. It is my slope, as you see. You see, it is the same. Okay, so you can do this. You can. It's your choice. You can isolate the y, or you can apply the formula. And I will go with the formula because it's much easier, much faster. And I told you that the SAT is all about fast solving. All right. So the second way is from a standard form. Third way, I said from 2 points. Let's say that I have a graph. Well, I have a graph like this. Okay. And I will say that I have a first point, this point as an A, and I have this point as a B, right? So I have a point as A. Let's say that the point A has a coordinate XA, YA, and B has also a coordinate as an XB and YB, all right? So what is the idea? What is the information to calculate the slope? You just say the formula like this. Slope is equal difference of y over difference of x. So y2 minus y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or you can say that y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. No problem, all right? It's up to you. You can say that b minus a, or even you can say a minus b. No problem. The only problem that we have is you have to keep y up and x down, right? So this is the formula we have. The slope is equal the difference of y's over the difference of x's, okay? So just find the difference of y over the difference of x. And I don't care if you choose like y minus a, well, a minus b, but I do care doing this. This is a mistake by saying this. Ya minus yb over xb minus xa. That's a mistake. That's wrong. Okay, why is it wrong? Because here We start from AB. Here I start from BA. That's a mistake. If you start numerator BA, down it has to be BA. Okay? If you start AB, the up is going to be AB. All of them, they have up and down, they have to be the same. So this is the third way to find the slope. Let's try to find some examples about this. Right? Let's try to find some examples about this. Here we have a lot of ideas, all right, to calculate. All right, now the question is, I will do for some of you. Let's do the first two, I will do it for you. Type. So first of all, I have a question to find the slope of this. All right, how I will find the slope? This is the first point I have, all right? So I'm gonna say that this is x1, or let's call it xa, I don't care, okay? Same thing. And this is ya, and this is xb, and this is yb. So the formula of having the slope is equals to yb minus ya all over xb minus xa. And now, yb, what is yb, guys? What is yb? So a negative 15 minus ya, what is ya? It's negative 16. Don't forget to do the bracket. Here, it's so important to do the bracket, okay? If you forget the bracket, you will have a problem. xb, what is xb? Negative 7 minus xa, it's negative 19. Now you can use a calculator to say it's a minus 15 plus 16 all over minus 7 minus 19 is going to be 26, is it? Minus 15 plus 16, it's a 1 over minus 20, exactly, minus 26. And that is my answer. That's the slope, all right? We found the slope. Let's do here. Again, I'm going to call this one as an xa, this one as a ya, this one as an xb, and this one as a yb. So the formula is, all right, ya. It's okay, I told you that I can use this, or I can use this also. Ya minus yb over xa minus xb. So what is ya? It's a negative 19 minus negative 7 all over 1 minus negative 2. So negative 19 plus 7 all over 1 plus 2. Negative 19 plus 7 and negative 12, is it? Negative 12 over 3, and I guess is the final answer as a negative 4. So I have a negative 4 as the final answer as a slope. Any problems? Now, your turn, you show me this. 3 and 4. Just give me a minute, I will back because I want to give you more. Okay, do this. All of them. Nice. Okay, Muhammad, that's good. Okay, that's neat. Nice. Show me. Nice. بعتها. All right, and this is last one is Sana. Sana, look, you have a problem here, Sana. Why are you saying -4, -4? Why are you taking you're taking y from here with x from there? That's a mistake.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Right? Here you say, what do you say, Sana? You say the y with the y, all right? So you're saying
Yeah,
y.
mistake.
Okay. This is the number mysterious.
Should I say if it's unidentified or something?
Undefined, yes, undefined. Jana, it is the number of the mystery, Jana. Jana, are you with me?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is my number. Type. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. I guess it's easy to say. Again, why are we doing this? Because I want you to practice, okay? We want to prepare ourselves. Now, I will do the formula right now. If I said that this is the XA, YA, XB, and YB. The formula it's just subtract the Y's over you subtract the X's, okay? All right, the first value of Y that I have is a -4, -7. So Y with the Y and the X with the X. So it's going to be over -6 minus -4. And now -4 -7 all over -6, negative and negative is going to be +4. Is it? 4 minus 7. Oh, sorry, it's a -4. -4 minus 7, it is going to be -11 over -2, which is going to be equals to 11 over 2. And now this is the answer of slope. Somebody texted me. Wait. And this is Yahya. Yahya. Okay, nice. Correct. Type. Now I will do this. I'm gonna say I have this is the what we call the value of XA, YA, XB, and YB. All right. So the formula is gonna be the difference of Y's over the difference of X's. So 16 minus 8 is 8. 9 minus 20 is going to be negative. Is it 11? So that's the final answer we have. Now question 5. Again, difference of Y's over difference of X. 8 minus 13. 8 minus -13 over 17 minus 17. So it's going to be 8 plus 13 all over 0. All right, now I have over 0. All right, what do I have? I have an undefined case. So what does mean undefined case? Why undefined case? Because I'm dividing over 0, and that's a mistake. In math, we have a problem. I can't divide by 0. So what I'm going to say, this equation is parallel to y-axis. Yeah. No. Imaginary number for what? No, the I about the imaginary, it's about the roots of negatives. That's something else.
No. Does it matter if the minus is switched? Like,
What do you mean by
We got minus 8 over 11.
Minus 8 over 11. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, here you minus 8 over 11. Oh, no problem. Okay, correct. All right, now we have the last one is the y minus the y, which is going to be 3 minus 3 over the x minus x, which is 20 minus 19. 3 minus 3 is 0 over 1. 0 over 1, it's a 0. All right, no problem. So now the slope is easy to say 0. Okay, so now here I talked about ways to find the slope. I talked about 3 ways to find the slope. Now we have a 4th way. I will do it at the same page here. I have a space. So the 4th way I have to calculate the slope is what we call rise over run, right? So the slope is equal to positive or negative, and this is something you have to decide, rise over run. What do I mean by this? Let's imagine that we have a coordinate like this. That is the x, and that is the y. And I have a line. Okay, let's say that this is the line that we have. So I have a line. Now, if you want to do the slope as a rise over run, what you will do, you choose a point number A, and you choose a point number B, all right? Let's say that you're choosing 2 points, A and B. So wait a minute. I will go with the good points. Let's go with this point as an A, and let's go with this point as a B, all right? And now what you will do, you just try to connect them using a triangle. Look, you connect them like this. Just try to connect them, tamam? After you connect them, you say, this is represents the rise, and this is represents the run. You can easily calculate how many squares you went up. So for example, here I want 1, 2, 3, 4. So the rise is 4. And the run is, count with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to say that the slope of this example is going to be 4 over 6. So 4 over 6, and that's it, which is you can simplify as 2 over 3. Okay? So when you have a line, any line, choose any 2 points, all right? We can choose any 2 points we'd like, any 2 points, and then I can say that it's the rise over run. Choose 2 points and try to connect them using right angle triangle and ask how many rise we have, what is the run that we have, and bingo, we finished. Let's do some examples.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure. What is it?
Can you please repeat the number 3? I didn't get how you got the solution. I got a different one.
Yeah. Question 3.
Yeah.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Here, what we will do, we will say the formula, which is y minus y, all right? So I can say that it's going to be minus 4 from 7. So minus 4 minus 7, okay? So minus 4 minus 7 over the minus 6 minus negative 4. So I'm saying the y minus the y, and the y and the x minus the x. Or you can do the opposite, which is I can say that it's 7 minus 4. I can say this 7 minus 4 all over minus 4. Okay, look again, here we started from what? I start from left to the right, from left to the right. If you want, you can start from right to left, or you can start from left to right. It's okay, it's up to you. So you say minus 4 minus 6. Both of the ways you have the same answer. So you have a 7 plus 4 over minus 4 plus 6. It's going to be 11 over 2, which is the same as you have. You see?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, and that.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Now, I'm just going to do this, all right? And the question is, find the slope of this. Let's try to find the slope of this equation. So how I will find the slope here, I can do this. First of all, try to find 2 points on the line, 2 good points on the graph. Any 2 good points is going to be okay. I will go with this. Can you say what is the coordinate of it? 5, 3, and 5. Okay. So it's going to be 3 on x, 5 on y. Choose something else. Go with something else. 0, 0, or the opposite. Okay, it's up to you. So I will go with the 0, 0, right? So now I can calculate this 3 and 5 and 0 and 0 easy by saying y minus y which is 5 minus 0, over x minus x, which is 3 minus 0. It's going to be 5 over 3. Tamam? All right. Now, can I calculate it a different way? Yes, sure I do. How? I'm saying this. It is going to be connect them. Just let's connect them first. You see, I am connecting them, and then I'm going to say that the rise represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the run is 1, 2, 3. So basically, it's rise over run, which is rise is 5, and the run is what? Is a 3. Let's do one more.
It has to be a right angle, right?
It has to be the triangle that you're doing. Yeah, it has to be a right angle triangle.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now, like this. How I will calculate the slope, all right? Again, I told you this. If you want to do the slope, what you would do, you choose a point, all right? Any points, any 2 points on the graph, any 2 points on the line will be good. I will go with this as the first point. I will go with this as a second point, all right? All right, so first of all, the slope is positive or negative? What do you think? This slope is going up or down?
It's negative.
It's going down, yes. You can see obviously that from left to right, my slope is going down. So it is negative first. So I'm saying negative first. Then I'm gonna connect, and I'm gonna connect. Come? So we are connecting right now. So 1, 2, that's the rise. So the negative rise over run. What is the rise? It's 2 steps. So for sure, don't forget the negative. And now, what about the run? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be negative 2 over what? Over 6. Which is, if you simplify it enough, is you can say that's a negative 1 over 3. Again, any 2 points on the line, I will take it. Any 2 points on the line, we will take it. All right, no problem at all. So you can take any 2 points you'd like to. And all of the points, you will have the same, exactly the same answer. So you can do this and that. For some students, they will go with this and this. So same idea. It's like I went down 1 and I went right as a 3. So 1 over 3, which is the same. Okay. So any 2 points, you can use the idea of having rise over run, and basically that's it. Okay. So the idea is that's it for the ways to find the slope. All right. First way, I have the tangent of theta. The first way that we have is slope is equal to tangent of theta, and the theta is the angle between your line and your x-axis. The second way is from a standard form. When you have a standard form and you want to find the slope, you just say that it's minus a over b. A third way is if you have 2 points, that the idea is difference of y's over difference of x. And the fourth way is what we call the slope is equal to positive or negative rise over run. Right? You just choose 2 points and you do rise over run, and basically that's it. Any questions? Inshallah, we're going to resume after tomorrow. We have also a session at 5:30. Don't be late, okay? That's it for today. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
If you get your slope 0 over something, do I just consider it as 0 or as an
0, yes.
undefined slope?
No, the undefined is only the case that you have a 0 down denominator.
Okay, so if the 0 is up, it's just a 0.
Yes, 0 up is just 0.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
I also have a question.
Yes.
When we have the x equals number, it means that we don't have a y-intercept, right?
X
no
equals numbers, there is no y-intercept. Yes,
no
there is
slope.
no y-intercept.
No slope. No slope, right?
Yes, no y-intercept, and the slope here we can say it's undefined.
But if it were to be y equals number, we can say that slope equals 0, right?
Yes, we can say that if y equals number, slope is 0. Okay? Like if you have a y equals any number, okay, like 5, here you say the slope is 0 as an example, right? But if you have an x equal to number, you can say that the slope is undefined.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So, see you.